Welcome back to my channel. If you like what you see, don't forget to like and subscribe. Today we are going to look at the rail fence block. This is one of my favorites. It can be very organized like this one, or very scrappy like I'll show you at the end. For this version, I cut my strips in 3.5 inches. I chose 3 different fabrics, and I purchased 1 yard each of those 3 fabrics. These are the 3 fabrics that I chose and the 3 stacks of 3.5 inches. I decided to make strip sets of 3 from darkest to lightest. I wanted the green on the outside and the red in the middle, so I sewed together the red and the green strips first. And I'm not a pinner. If you want to pin, you can do that. This is entirely the way we want to do it in our own way. I'm a fly by my seat kind of gal. Set the seams and then open to the dark side. That's how I do it, at least. You can do it any way you want. Because of that, I normally make 1 block first so I can look at it, measure it, figure it all out. So this set, I only made 1 strip set first. After this, I made all the rest once I figured out the measurements and everything else. Now it's time to sew on the white strip to the red strip. Sew all the way down the entire length of the fabric. Set those seams and then open to the dark side. I've raised 2 boys that are very big Star Wars fans. Every time I say that, it makes me giggle internally. And sometimes I just crack myself up. Once I get that strip set, I measure it to see how big it is. This one was 9.5 inches. So I need to make sure that my blocks are 9.5 inches. And I just so happen to have a 9.5 inch ruler that I didn't even know I had. Isn't it amazing how sometimes things work out perfectly? Then I line up the stitch lines with the lines on the ruler to make sure everything is perfect. Cut this one a little bit bigger so I could flip it around and cut that selvage off the other side. Then I grab the strip and I just cut the remaining blocks out of the rest of the strip. Turns out I can get 4 blocks out of 1 strip set. It's math time! So in 1 yard of fabric, there's 36 inches. These strips are 3.5 inches wide, so that goes into 36 10 times. The blocks are 9.5 inches, so that means we can make 4 blocks out of 1 strip set. And so 10 strips, 4 blocks equals 40 blocks. When I have this type of scenario, I like looking at the multiplication chart because it can give me a proper visual of what 10 by 4 would look like. It would look like a really odd-shaped quilt, too long on one side, too short on the other. So it looks like 6 by 6 is going to be the best bet. That'll give us 36 blocks, which is 4 extra blocks, which is perfectly all right. So then we lay out our blocks, 1 horizontal, 1 vertical, 6 across by 6 down. I have to confess, I started this quilt 6 months ago, and in the last 6 months, my son has grown so tall that I ended up needing to put a border on it. I went for 2 different borders, a 2.5-inch white border all the way around, and then I did a 4-inch on the sides and a 6-inch on the top and bottom of this black and white gingham. When it comes to borders, I've messed up so many times that I make sure I have a lot of extra. I don't cut it exactly, I just let it hang, and then once I sew it on, then I cut it off. I am so happy with this quilt. I'm not a big fan of sewing on borders, but I love the look of them. And yes, that white border is a snowflake. I'm working on using up my stash because I have too much fabric. It always feels good to get one of these quilt tops finished. Now I just need to make an appointment at my local quilt shop to use their long arm to get it all quilted. This is an organized version of the rail fence. This one is a scrappy version. It's all in browns and orange and scraps. I love both of them. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification for my next videos. Have a great day. Happy quilting.